Hi guys and welcome. This is the video about the Einscan PRO, the 3D scanner that is from the manufacturer Shining 3D, which is somewhere in between of a, let's say, a Einscan S, which is a great small format scanner, and between an Arctic Evo, which is a handheld free mode scanner, which can scan basically everything with white light. So let's have a look at what's inside the box and how the scanner performs. Alright, so this is the box for more shining IDs. That's pretty cute. So let's see what we just have inside here. We'll just open this up so you can see what's inside. Now I know that they've actually used this before. This is a loaner unit, so that's why we have a computer mouse here. That's not part of the original plan. What's fun about the Einscan PRO is that it comes with two accessories. It comes with either a camera that takes textures, or it comes with a turntable that offers, I would say, more automated 3D scanning. So the turntable mode is possible to do by hand, but it's a quite big time saver. It's actually inherited from the Einscan S that you can see in this video somewhere around here. So let's just have a look here in the box. First off, we have some markers, a quite big pack of these markers that you can attach to stuff that you want to scan with really high-end precision. You also get some sort of supports. I guess this is for the calibration, I'm not completely sure. And speaking of calibration, now we're going to open this box a little bit more natural. We have a calibration plate. So ta-da! Calibration plate for this scanner. And that's off with the top lid. We'll just move everything around here so I can see the scanning plates. We also get some cables. Pretty neat little set of cables, a power cable and USB that goes into the same cable, so they're actually joined together. And another power supply to just connect to all that. We also get a little bit of a memory stick for the software, I presume. Yeah, there's a serial number on that. And of course, the scanning unit itself. So this here is the scanner, as I talked to you guys on before, when I was at Creative Tools, the supplier for hardware. I was there and we had a sneak peek on the unit itself. So as you can see here, the unit has two cameras and a projector. So the two cameras will look at the projector almost like our eyes. So imagine this being like my eyes or something. I think that's pretty cool. Then we have on the top here, we have a plus and a minus. It's for the scanning as well, a start and stop record. We also have the input here. So we have PC for connectivity. And we also have camera for adding the third camera, which then would do texture. And we get the serial numbers and everything, and that's about it. It's a pretty, I wouldn't say heavy. It's not heavy. I think I can hold this for scanning like all day. But it's, yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty easy to move around. There's no screens or anything here. You have to have the computer for that. So what do you say? Should we set this up so we can check out how the result is and how the software looks? Okay, so we're in the software here. We can choose from a few different modes. We have a fixed mode, which requires that we use some sort of tripod, and there's actually no connections here for a tripod, so we have to actually have to buy the kit that is called like industrial kit, which has a turntable as well as a tripod to get that working. You also have a handheld HD scan mode. This mode should require these markers, and it gives a much better precision, and we can kind of make a hybrid where we take a turntable and we put stickers on it. It should be almost like the fixed scan mode. And then we're going to have a handheld rapid scan, which uses no markers at all, but also lowers the resolution a little bit. So let's just start off with calibration, because we need to do that. So it tells me here how I need to move the scanner this time. We'll have those, like so. Okay, stuff is happening. What I don't understand is what it wants me to do. It wants me to put, let's say, this towards me, and we'll go that mode. Yep, it's very complicated, I know. So what I realized that I had to do is to turn this calibration plate around, so it's still on support in different angles. I think it was really unclear with the software, but as you can see now, the symbol will actually move around in the software as well, but there's no instruction at all. The first image where the plate is on the bottom was really difficult to understand, but hey, we're doing the calibration, things are moving forward. I think we can do this. Woohoo! Camera's calibration thinking. What is it thinking? It's probably doing something. I'll just stop here for a second. Okay, so I realized that it doesn't really work screen recording while scanning, and after the calibration that was a little bit tricky, we still have our different modes here. So I'm recording with this camera, I hope that that works, and I have this camera here looking at what I'm actually scanning. So the Handheld rapid scan mode isn't really like as rapid as I wanted to. So let's just create a new project here. I think that it's actually this computer that is a little bit too slow. I will try it on a stationary computer as well. This is an option, test 2. I'll take a medium scan, no texture, and that's about that. I will now try to scan this. So I'm just going to aim at it. Unfortunately, there's no like preview, so I just have to click on play, and it starts scanning. So for me, this is a little bit weird. It should have like a much larger area that it's recording, and it keeps kind of losing tracking here. And this could be due to this computer having like double graphics cards. One is Intel, one is the other, but this isn't really good enough. I don't get why this happens. It's not good at all. That's a fail. But what does work and works quite well is the other mode. So we'll go here. And that's why I put these markers on this table here to have a more precision scan. So I have the Handheld HD scan mode. We'll click next. We'll create a new product, which will be the same, so we don't have to worry about that. We'll do this high because I want some resolution. We're gonna max it out. So again, let's take this boat. We'll click play. It now starts to record here. It's better tracking. It's still, for me, I'm used with different scanners. The speed here it's not super quick, but it's fairly quick. I mean, you can see it fill up with a lot of details, and the plus and minus here on the scanner actually zooms in the software, which is pretty nice. Helps a little bit. But yeah, then all you have to do is like work around, get the files scanned, eat data, or whatever you want to call this. There's a little bit of like tracking loss, but I'm not sure if that's USB cable or if it's something else. It's a little bit of a mystery, but I'm gonna continue scanning a little bit here just so you can see what kind of details I'm getting. I also feel like the field of view is a little bit narrow. It's a little bit difficult to like get tracking on some angles of the scanner. So you see I'm keep losing the tracking there. It's because I'm not looking at markers very well. So yeah, sure, this scanner is made a little bit more for having markers on the object, not around it, which works with, for example, Creaform. So just continue here a few more seconds. Okay, let's just click pause. And we can see what we end up with. So this is the preview mesh as always. I think it looks pretty good. Let's click OK. And it does some kind of meshing, I'm not really sure what. And so I'm gonna do some troubleshooting, and I'll have a look at the freehand mode and see if we can do that better on the computer. So if nothing else, I'm gonna start to scan a lot of things and just film it, and I'll show you the results in the video. But you can see the result here in a second. And then we want to mesh this. What are these keys? I'm not sure at all what's going on. Let's say for editing. I guess that button is editing. Oh, okay, we can now simplify it as well. Let's leave it at 100, so untouched. Okay, this looks good. We can see some of the traces here on the roof, the layers, which are 0.2 millimeters on this print. But we get some islands and some missing spots and so on. But overall, I mean, this is pretty sharp. This is pretty good. Absolutely, this is well approved. Nice. So I will continue with some different scans and in this video. Alright, so that's the whole video. The scanning segment was quite long, I know, sorry about that. But looking through the models, and the idea is not to scan a complete object, because you can do that, but usually you still have to kind of attach the parts in another software, let's say ZBrush or the mesh tools in Fusion, or well, basically any, or Mesh Mixer, of course, sorry about that. So those kind of softwares you would need if you want to combine like different parts and so on. But for the quality of this scanner, I think it's really good. The scanning frame rate could be a little bit better. The field of view of the scanner could also be a little bit better, so that it's easier to move around. Because some people like that aren't scanning pros like I am will have issues moving too fast and so on. So the tracking will lose. So that's one of the downsides with these scanners, that the tracking, you have to be patient. You have to be slow with your movements, so you make sure that the scanner keeps up. Now, in most modes, as you saw in the sequence here, most of the scans, it doesn't really matter if you lose tracking or not. It will find either the points or the geometry as well to track on. And unfortunately, I can't try out the texture scanning part, so we'll have to look for someone else to do that, I guess. I don't have the camera attachment for that. But all in all, it's really easy to use. The calibration was a little bit tricky to set up, but hopefully you understand now from this video. But it's really just shoot and go. There's just one USB cable that goes in the power connector, and that's kind of all you have to do, and then you're ready to scan. You do, however, need to have a NVIDIA GTX graphic cards in your computer to be able to scan, so that's also really important to make sure that you have compatibility with that. And I hope that will be better in the future. I've also asked the team to maybe, hopefully, at least some feedback to Shining 3D to do some sort of lower tracking mode. So, for example, if you're scanning people, it would be better to have less resolution but faster tracking. So you can, for example, scan, like when I scan Daniel, his beard, first of all, that's just, beards are never good for scanning. But I wanted to be able to like scan him faster and scan parts of his body faster as well. So I think that's one way of improving it. But I mean, otherwise, it kind of performs just under the Arctic EVA scanner. I say that because the detail and crispness of the models are pretty much equal. However, the Arctic EVA is much quicker. It's a much more complete software. You can do a lot of more tools in that. So if you're going to use the scanner for more of a like people scanning and organic shapes, I would probably recommend an EVA over this one. But for general purpose scanning with high details, freehand mode, on a budget, this is a super duper scanner. And I think that's about it. I'm really happy that I got to try it, and I'm really happy to confirm the quality I thought it had. So I guess that's this for this time. That's that for this time? Yeah, that's probably a word. Make sure you subscribe, you like this video, let me know if you have any questions or so about 3D scanning, and I'll try to answer them. And of course, if you want to, you can always check out my Patreon page, which is really to help me kind of get camera gear. The lens on this camera is, for example, broken now, so I probably have to save up and get that replaced. With that said, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.